Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Path to Petalburg with me, Norman. You see here that I'm using my team of Gardevoir, Talonflame, Rotom Wash, and Tyranitar against my opponent with a Rotom, a Camerupt, a Greninja, and a Meowstic. This opponent was really fun to play. They were a very good opponent, rated 17-28 on the battle spot, so they obviously knew what they were doing. And there were a bunch of hard reads in this battle that both my opponent and I made to better our situation. And it ended up being really close in the end. So, I hope you really enjoy this battle as much as I do, and let's get into this. So, they begin their battle with a Meowstic and a Greninja. So, I'm thinking right off the bat that it's just a standard format team, no particular inclination toward weather or Trick Room at the moment. So I'm going to Mega up my Gardevoir here, and predicting the Fake Out onto both of my Pokemon, on either of my Pokemon, I'm going to protect both of my Pokemon this first turn. So this Fake Out goes into my Talonflame, and the Gunk Shot, I find out, it's coming out from this Greninja here, saying that it's probably a physical one. So I do not want to take that big of a hit in my Gardevoir the first turn, or the first couple turns, so I bring up my Tyranitar this turn. It's a Brave Nature and Min Speed with Choice Band. So, playing out the possible Trick Room here. But they instead go for Quick Guard, predicting my Brave Bird into the Greninja slot. So, Gunk Shot does miss this turn, thankfully. And sand damage comes out onto the three Pokemon that are not Tyranitar. So, predicting that they want to use Trick Room this turn, I use Brave Bird onto Greninja, and I predicted that Trick Room would come out because I assumed that they thought my Tyranitar was the obvious choice Scarf Tyranitar. Rock Slide does connect here, does about 50% of the hit points and damage here, and I was right, and Trick Room does come out, so that is greatly to my advantage now because I have Min Speed Tyranitar on my team. And my opponent still doesn't know that, so that's definitely to my advantage. So, the Rotom finally comes out here, and I predict that it's going to Thunderbolt into my Talonflame slot, so I protect. And Quick Guard here comes out from the Meowstic, and my opponent getting a lot of help there with both Rock Slides missing. And it's a 1% chance to happen, but it is still a chance, and sand damage comes out onto Pokemon all in this Trick Room. So, I do not want to lose my Talonflame yet because I know that it can be very useful later in the battle, so I bring out my Rotom here, which should take a lot of damage. So, they want to get rid of this sand right away, so they bring out the Sun. So, it's a mixed weather and a Trick Room Meowstic. And this time, Rock Slide does connect with both Pokemon, and Meowstic does faint. And as if making up for the loss earlier, I get the flinch onto Rotom this turn. And Camerupt's their last Pokemon. So they're going to Mega Evolve here. It's the first time I've seen a Mega Camerupt used against me, personally, but I know that it is very powerful with sheer force. So Fire Blast comes out here, my opponent predicting that I was going to switch out into Gardevoir, but I figured that was the case, so I kept in my Rotom, knowing that it could take the abuse. Rock Slide here next comes out from Tyranitar, fishing for a flinch and get some good damage, but Thunderbolt here comes out. And it does a lot of damage onto Rotom, and my Rotom is pretty specially defensive, so it tells me that this Rotom is very invested in its special attack stat. So I bring out Gardevoir here and protect this first turn to wait out the Trick Room. And my opponent, knowing that Tyranitar is the bigger threat here, Earth Powers it for a knockout. But since it's choice and locked into Rock Slide, it's done a lot already, and it really couldn't do a ton against these Pokemon as is. So, my last Pokemon, Talonflame, comes back into battle. And Talonflame does Brave Bird here into the Rotom slot, which is going to be a knockout. And since it's a 2-on-1 battle, it's very hard for this Camerupt to win this battle alone. So I'm going to suck it into the slot here, but it does survive here, getting that special defense drop. and Fire Blast does come out from it. And it does knock out my Gardevoir in one shot, so it tells me that it is max special attack Camerupt, and being in the sun, that makes sense. But since I'm faster and I have much more powerful move, Brave Bird will get the knockout onto this Camerupt, meaning that I will win this battle. Overall, I have to say at this point, I really liked their team. In addition to the 4 you see here, they had a Gallade. I assume it's a possible Mega with the Gallade, and they also had a Kingdra. So, looking at the team initially, I saw that it had options for Trick Room with Meowstic, and it had options for both Sun and for Rain, so I'm guessing Rain Dance was his last move. And I really like this team. Not a lot of people can play with two different modes of battle, let alone 3. And it had 3 different modes in both Sun and Rain, along with the Trick Room option. So I really did enjoy this battle. This opponent really made me work for this win. And it is the first time that I've found a Mega Camerupt on BattleSpot in a while. So if you like this content and you want to see more like it in the future, give this video a like, subscribe to our channel for updates, and check out our Facebook page, Competitive Pokemon Battle Network, link in the description below. Thank you all for coming out this time, and I hope to see you in the future.